Hello to my fellow history lovers and people that think if I learned something new today, it will be a good day. I think it's going to be a good day all around. There is an essay here about what if there had never been an America? What would have caused that to happen or not happen, I guess, and what would have been the long-reaching effects. This is called The What Ifs of American History, and it's a series of essays, and I'm just going to read to you a little bit from this one about what if there had not been an America. It's by Caleb Carr, and he starts by saying, "It has become commonplace to refer to the contemporary United States as a global hegemon." And he says what's generally recognized is that this is the first nation that could ever truly make that claim. He writes, "In truth, all of the empires of old, impressive as they may have been, only fantasized about and pretended to such universal sway that the United States of the 21st century has. The United States is simply an unprecedented phenomenon." And then he goes on to sort of say, basically, what would the last 2.25 centuries have been like if such a phenomena had never occurred? And so he first lays out an argument, then destroys it, which is kind of my whole Kep Westgard Time Travel to the American Revolution middle grade series is based on this argument that he tosses aside, but I think it's interesting, and I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. But the first thing he says is it's a mistake to think that the colonies could, that the defeat of the colonial army at any one of the remarkable decisive moments of the American Revolution would have done it. So in other words, he's saying that wouldn't have worked, which is kind of what Kep Westgard has happened. Each of the battles Kep goes to, there's a villain trying to change the outcome. But he says, if, for example, General Johnny Burgoyne had not been let down by those British units that were supposed to help him at Saratoga, remember, key turning point in the American Revolution, or if Lord Cornwallis had planned the movements that led up to the Battle of Yorktown with greater care, basically none of that would have changed anything, because he feels that the colonists, even if they had been destroyed in all of these battles, simply would have replenished their resources and their caches of arms and found new leaders capable of reigniting the cause. He says the only thing that might have quelled the American Revolution was the thing that eventually became the war's biggest side effect, British imperial reform. So I have to do this in 2 parts because I can only stay under 3 minutes to have like vertical, and most people tell me they watch it on their phones and they need it in vertical, and I don't know how to like tape it and then divide it. So we'll just stop here and we'll do a part 2 of his theory. So anyway, thank you for letting me share, and I'll see you in like 10 seconds.